All right, hey, it's Coach Colin Castello with ShopMechanics.com, and today I've got a great interview lined up with Tom the Conman Connors. Tom is one of the best ball handlers in the world, and he's got some great insights on ball handling, so I really wanted to get him on for an interview. So, Tom, thanks for coming on.
No problem. Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so to start out, why don't you kind of tell us just a little bit about your basketball background, kind of where you come from, and all that stuff?
All right, cool. Well, I'm based in the UK. I've been a professional street basketball player for about 10 years now. I signed to AM1 in 2003. Had a big global television series in 2006. And then since then, I've been up to some really cool things. I've got a basketball stage show tour. I've got a reality television series coming out next year. So it's exciting times for sure.
Cool. So, as far as the UK goes, you're kind of the face of street basketball for the most part, correct?
Yeah, like the UK, Europe. When I'm starting to sort of spend more and more time in America, so I'm excited about that too. I want to try and sort of, I want to try and get out there global and try and show people what I do and entertain people, have fun.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool. So, I know handles is something that pretty much everybody wants to get better at. So, what was kind of the starting foundation of your handles? Like, how did you become a great ball handler?
For me personally, the most important thing for me was just to have a basketball, in my hands, like literally wherever I went. And I hear a lot of professional basketball players talk about it, but it's so true. You walk to the shops, you got a ball. Literally I would sleep with my basketball. So I think that's important to have the basketball and you get the feel for the ball. And then I used to do all kinds of different drills. So you'd go. For me personally, this is like sort of bam, 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 and then do it over and over, bam, 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 and get myself into a routine that my body knew and my handles kind of repetition, repetition, repetition.
Okay.
And then I would go lower, bang, bang. So like for me, it was all about creating routines, dribbling for me.
Okay. So you're kind of working on combos more so than just like right hand pounds or left hand pounds. You're kind of working on moving the ball from side to side, getting your defender to move. Correct?
Right, 100%. Yeah, definitely. That for me works so much better than just having the bang, 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 that kind of static movement or up and down or sides of the basketball court. For me, it was all about movement and trying to sort of get the ball where my body was, to try and sort of, like I said, for me, that worked for me.
Okay, so coming up, did you do a bunch of like formal drills, or was it all kind of just kind of freestyle, working on different combinations?
I think fundamentals is where you have to start. If you want to be a great street basketball player or a great player in general, I think you have to be. Let's do the fundamentals first. That's the most important thing. And then once you've got that down, you can start kind of being more creative with the dribbling skills or just skills in general. So for me, it was all about, fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals. And then once I kind of felt really natural, that felt really natural to me, I would then kind of be more and more creative as I went.
Cool. So like, what about age did you start really kind of getting into the handle side of basketball? I mean, did you start from a really, really early age, or did you get into it kind of later?
No, I actually didn't. I didn't actually pick a basketball up until I was 14.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and it was kind of like duck to water, it was just meant to be, I guess. But I just had this flow with the ball, and I just absolutely loved my creativeness in my mind. I was never happy with just one dribble move or one streetball move. I wanted to create hundreds. So my mind was always racing, with different things. So it was 14. I picked up a ball and I never looked back, really. It's just lives with me.
Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's one thing that I absolutely love about handles is kind of that creativity. You know what I mean? I mean, there's an infinite number of combinations you can put together, and little tweaks here versus little tweaks there, just to always kind of keep that defender on their heels. I think that's awesome.
Right.
So let's kind of walk through some of your world records here, because that's pretty cool. What are some of the stuff you've done for world records? Maybe your favorite world record, and that sort of thing.
Okay. So I'm on this mission. I want to break 25 world records.
Cool.
And I've got 15. I don't know why I want 25. I just have a number in my head. So I'm just having fun with it, really. my favorite world record is one I just broke recently on the live on the news, which was quite daunting. Stand half court. You're at the half court. The basketball net's behind you, and you shoot the basketball without looking over your head from mid court. So the world record I think was 3 in a minute. So I did 6. So I was really happy. I mean, I love that record. For me, that was one of my fun ones. Some other ones I think are really cool. Longest time spinning a basketball on the elbow.
Oh, nice.
Longest time spinning 3 basketballs at the same time. The longest hook shot in the world. The most figure of 8s dribbling around my legs in a minute. There's a few. I think but the one over the head for me is my favorite one for sure.
That's pretty cool. And I'm guessing that's one of your go-to horse shots, is it not?
Definitely, always.
Very cool. So as far as learning how to dribble the ball, are there a few kind of major mistakes that you see young players make a lot, or kind of talk to us about that?
I think the problem that youngsters they see the skills and the tricks and the handle stuff, and they can't. That's what they want to do. They want to do it straight away, and their ability, maybe not caught up to what they want to do. So that's why I said it's so important to start with the fundamentals. So yeah, I see some great players, some youngsters playing, and I just think, they kind of just want to skip so many steps.
Yeah.
That's the problem I see, that, if they did it step by step, they would actually become a greater player each step of the way, but they're trying to jump 5 steps, trying to do this or that. And I think it's, that's how it is. Kids want to see cool stuff and then they want to go and do it. So It's a tough one.
So it's kind of like you want to lay that foundation first and then kind of build up on it rather than jumping right to the top.
Definitely. I think it's so important, like I said, to be a great basketball player. If you step onto a basketball court and you play competitively, fundamentals come first. And then when you step onto the street basketball court and you have some fun, that's when you can have some fun. So for me, if you want to be a great streetball player or a great play, you have to do the both. You can't just go off and try and do the streetball thing and then be great in a basketball game, because you pick up so many bad habits, So
cool. Well. So with that being said, let's say somebody's kind of plays more traditional basketball games. What are 3 kind of street ball related moves that you think transfer really, really well into an actual game?
3 street ball.
Or a few. It doesn't have to be 3.
Yeah, I would definitely say the Sham God.
Cool.
I mean, 100%. I mean, that's the go-to one that I do. So that one's a must. I think, putting a basketball through defenders' legs is, although it may be a street kind of thing, but it's also sometimes the only way you can get past a defender.
Yeah.
So, I always put it through people's legs. Maybe sometimes not to show off or do, the street thing. It's just actually because it just seems easier to get to the basket or something.
Yeah.
So I definitely say that. And I think the third one's a tough one. I think, it's a tough one with the crossovers,
Yeah,
It's the crossovers, but it's difficult between the sort of regulation sort of cross and then the street cross. I don't know what you can get away with. So, but those three things, I think, relatively come from the street courts onto the basketball courts,
Oh, very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, so if let's kind of jump to this. If somebody's interested in getting into the street ball kind of world, kind of the same route that you went, what's the best way to get started if you're a youngster and you're kind of trying to break onto the scene?
Well, I think there's so many great street ball players out there. So for me, it's like, how do you kind of sort of, get noticed? Mm-hmm. So for me, it was I want to copy a move that I've seen, and I would copy a move, and then I would say, okay, I need to make it my own move.
Okay.
So I would change it. So for me, my advice to people is if you're looking at other street ball players and you like the moves and you're trying to learn those moves, is never stay static with those moves. Try and always create more combinations, more different things, and then put that out there. So it's kind of like your own style and your own kind of street ball thing. So for me, my advice to anybody out there is just be you, be creative, and don't try and be somebody else. Always try and work with your limits, you know.
Cool. That totally makes sense. I mean, there's already a Tom Connors in the world, so you don't need to be exactly like him. Kind of put your own spin on it. Very neat.
Right. I think that's the way forward, definitely.
Very cool. So for everybody out here watching, I'm going to link to Tom's YouTube channel because you recently just started a new YouTube channel, correct?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm doing some really cool concept videos. I'm working with some great directors and special effects guys, so I'm excited about some of the videos that I'm up to. And obviously, we've got the raw streetball moves for those kind of raw streetball fans. So.
Cool. Yeah, I was poking around on it the other day, and I really liked how you've got everything broken into those sections. You know, you've got like your tutorials, your free runs, all sorts of different stuff. Really easy to navigate. So everybody out there, go check out his YouTube channel because he's got a lot of really cool stuff. Other than that, is there any way that people can connect with you? Maybe like a social media avenue or something like that?
Yeah, obviously I've got the Twitter and Facebook, so Conman Connors, and I recently just started an Instagram, so I'm enjoying that because there's lots of fun streetball moves on there, and also where I'm up to and what I'm doing. So Instagram is Conman Connors. So hopefully the links will be at the bottom so people can find out more and come and see what I'm up to and have some fun and enjoy what I do.
All right, very cool. Thanks for coming on and doing the quick little interview for us here, and I'm sure everybody out there is really going to love it. Again, everybody, thanks for watching. Go check out Tom's stuff. He's got some great things. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, guys.